And I'm here to tell you there is a secret agenda to push Dillon Gabriel in front of Shedeur Sanders.
Why is it okay when you say somebody got sabotaged, but you don't understand when people think that the coaching staff is sabotaging Shedeur Sanders?
He's not just a player, he's a movement. I'm telling you.
And if you really think they're going back to the coaches' offices and all getting around the table after sessions and being like, guys, Shedeur is unbelievable, but I really think we should try to prove that Dillon is better than him because we drafted him 2 rounds before.
Something strange is happening in Cleveland. A quarterback taken in the 3rd round is struggling in camp, overthrowing targets, throwing picks, and failing to adjust to the speed of the NFL. Yet he's getting all the reps. Meanwhile, another rookie, a quarterback with better numbers, more poise, and a massive fan base, is standing on the sideline, barely throwing the ball. Why is Kevin Stefanski pushing Dillon Gabriel so hard and keeping Shedeur Sanders completely out of the picture? Today, we're digging into leaked reports, media speculation, and player reactions to uncover whether this is a genuine evaluation or something deeper. Because if the Browns keep ignoring the obvious, they may end up ignoring their future.
When Shedeur goes 7-10 or he goes and throws 3 touchdown passes, it's practice. It does not count. He's not getting first-team reps. But Dillon Gabriel, when he is getting first-team reps, is 3 of 14. And no one says anything. Not at all.
In 2025, the Cleveland Browns entered training camp with a crowded and chaotic quarterback room. Joe Flacco, the seasoned veteran. Kenny Pickett, the backup with upside. Dillon Gabriel, a 3rd-round rookie praised for his intelligence, if not his polish. And finally, Shedeur Sanders, a 5th-round pick with a famous last name, NFL-ready poise, and sky-high expectations. On paper, it looked like a true competition. But from day one, something fell off. Flacco and Pickett got the early attention. Gabriel quickly became the coach's project, getting extended reps despite inconsistency. And Shedeur, despite strong performances in limited action, he's barely seen a field. How did this happen? Why is the most efficient rookie QB in camp stuck behind a player who's struggled to complete even routine throws? To get to the truth, we need to listen to the Cleveland media and read between the lines.
Look at Dillon Gabriel's rep. 113 reps in 9 training camp sessions. Shedeur Sanders only has 70 damn snaps.
That's not just a small difference. That's not some minor camp stat buried in a notebook. That's a clear and deliberate gap in opportunity. Dillon Gabriel, the rookie who's struggled with accuracy, decision-making, and consistency, has received more reps than everyone else, even more than Joe Flacco, the presumed veteran starter. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders, who has quietly posted the highest completion percentage among the group, is barely seeing the field. Just 70 snaps in 9 practices. It's not just unusual, it's glaring. And the fans? They're watching closely. They see what's happening. This isn't about a slow ramp-up. This isn't just earning your place. This is a pattern, one that's hard to ignore. When a player consistently produces with fewer chances, but still sits behind a struggling counterpart, people start asking questions. Loudly. Because in the NFL, reps are currency. Reps are investment. And right now, Kevin Stefanski is making it clear who he's banking on.
I don't think that's not my place, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control.
A calm, composed answer from a young quarterback under fire. Shedeur Sanders didn't complain. He didn't point fingers. He simply acknowledged the situation and focused on what he could control. That's leadership. But just because he stayed professional doesn't mean the situation is fair. Behind the scenes, something feels off. Why is a rookie with better numbers getting sidelined, while another, with clear struggles, gets every opportunity? This doesn't feel like evaluation. It feels like politics.
It wasn't Barry's idea to bring in Shedeur Sanders. That move came from pressure, from the business minds. You get it?
When you draft 2 rookie quarterbacks in the same class, one in the 3rd round, one in the 5th, there's always going to be a hierarchy. Coaches usually favor the higher pick. It's expected. But what's not expected is ignoring the results that unfold in plain sight.
It's crazy to me that Shedeur Sanders still got the highest QB completion rate out of all the damn quarterbacks, even with the less reps.
Despite receiving just 70 snaps, nearly half of Gabriel's 113, Shedeur Sanders has thrown more touchdowns and played with more composure in the pocket. He's taken what little he's been given and made the most of it. So why is Dillon Gabriel still running with the ones?
It seems like every other practice, he's getting the ball batted down. I think Dillon Gabriel does his best work when he's outside of the pocket. And it just seems like right now for Dillon Gabriel that the game is a little bit too fast.
And it's not just fans pointing this out. Reporters who've watched every practice, every rep, every throw, they've seen the difference.
His calling card was his accuracy. And it's like some of these passes aren't even, on target.
Close.
Like,
Not even close.
Meanwhile, Shedeur, still the lowest in the rep count, has shown maturity beyond his years. He's steady, focused, a professional in the making.
There's a lot of people that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So
the difference is clear. One quarterback is being groomed, protected, elevated. The other, left to prove himself in the shadows. And now, even the media is starting to ask the obvious.
What are you really doing? Why did you even draft Shedeur? If this is the case, you got Joe, you traded for Kenny.
Let's talk about politics. Because at this point, that's what this feels like. Head coach Kevin Stefanski has made it clear Dillon Gabriel is his guy. He's praised his intelligence, his leadership in meetings, and how quickly he picks up the playbook. Those are valuable traits in a quarterback, but they don't win games on Sundays.
Every day it's Dillon Gabriel first up. Why?
Because they love him. They clearly love him because he's smart, because he goes into the meeting rooms, and I'm sure he blows them away. And that's what this regime is. It's computers, it's spreadsheets, it's in the classroom. When you get in the 4 lines that are painted on the football field, it's about scoring touchdowns. I understand that they really like the kid's intangibles and that he probably is a really good leader and that he's intelligent. Like, that's all really good, promising things to hear. That doesn't equate to winning football games on Sundays.
The praise surrounding Gabriel rarely mentions actual on-field execution. Instead, it circles around intangibles. His knowledge, his study habits, his interviews. And while those things matter, they're not a substitute for performance under pressure. And that's where the disconnect lies. Because Shedeur Sanders has shown exactly what you want to see in a young quarterback. Precision, leadership, emotional control. He's taken tough questions from reporters, stood tall in front of the media, and delivered when called upon. But still, the reps go elsewhere. This isn't about talent anymore. This is about narrative, about a coaching staff that's already made up its mind, regardless of what the tape shows. And for a team that's desperate for a quarterback solution, it's a dangerous game to play.
Now, instead of snapping back or making headlines with dramatic answers, Shedeur took the high road, calm, confident, professional. I mean, that's how you handle pressure. That's how you show leadership.
And yet, despite all that composure, all that professionalism, Shedeur Sanders is still buried on the depth chart. 3rd, sometimes 4th. Why? According to multiple insiders, this may go far deeper than football. Deeper than playbooks, reps, or preseason stats. It may trace back to the very moment his name was called on draft night.
It wasn't Barry's idea to bring in Shedeur Sanders. That move came from pressure, from the business minds. You get it?
That line speaks volumes. Because if true, it means Shedeur Sanders was never drafted to compete. He was drafted to sell, to boost headlines, drive jersey sales, add relevance to a franchise that's often forgotten outside Ohio. And the source of that divide? Browns owner Jimmy Haslam himself.
And I think that Jimmy's comments were too, when he said, when I'm driving back home Friday night, if you told me we're going to take Shedeur, I would have said that's not happening.
That's not just uncertainty. That's rejection. It paints a picture of a player brought in through pressure or optics, not trust, not vision. And now, we're watching that disconnect unfold in real time. Because on the field, Shedeur keeps showing signs of growth. But from the sideline, He's still waiting to be taken seriously.
But I agree with both of you when you say Dylan's gonna get every chance to prove, like when you're a draft pick in the first 3 rounds, you're gonna get every chance to prove you're not the guy.
It's evaluation by favoritism, plain and simple. And in a locker room filled with veterans fighting for every down, every contract, every playoff shot, that's a dangerous message to send. When reps are handed out based on relationships, not results, it doesn't just affect the quarterback room. It affects the entire team. Because the guys on that field, they see everything. They know who's earning it and who's being gifted opportunities.
These guys need a quarterback answer. And if they have one internally that they're looking at,
This isn't a rebuilding year. This is a win-now roster, with pro bowlers on defense, with playmakers on offense, with a franchise that's been stuck in mediocrity for far too long. And yet, the quarterback question lingers. The front office is scrambling. The coaching staff is deflecting. And the rookies, Gabriel and Sanders, are trapped in the chaos. One is being pushed forward. The other is being held back. And the clock is ticking.
To take Shedeur, I would have said that's not happening. A lot of people took it to say like he didn't want to draft him, and that's why he said that was AB's pick. Like
The Browns
no, I think
are running out of time. The preseason is no longer a distant checkpoint. It's right around the corner. Joint practices are beginning. Depth charts are being shaped. The quarterback room is crowded, and soon it won't be. Decisions are coming. Hard ones. And only 1 or 2 of these quarterbacks will survive the final cuts with a real chance to play meaningful snaps. Which brings us back to Shedeur Sanders. If he outperforms Dylan Gabriel in preseason, and many inside the building believe he will Kevin Stefanski finally acknowledge it? Will he let the tape speak for itself? Or will this become yet another Browns controversy? One rooted in stubbornness, politics, and pride? A moment where talent gets overshadowed by personal agendas?
He outperforms in that game. There's no way going into the next week he should still be behind Dylan Gabriel on the depth chart.
Joe Flacco might start week 1. Kenny Pickett may get healthy and push for the backup role. But when the season gets real, when the offense stalls, when the fans demand change, will Shedeur Sanders even be an option? Will he be buried too deep to matter? Because the way this has been handled so far suggests the call won't come because of performance. It will come, or not, based on politics. Only time and Kevin Stefanski will tell.
He outperforms in that game. There's no way going into the next week he should still be behind Dylan Gabriel on the depth chart.
If you think Shedeur deserves better, drop a comment below right now and let your voice be heard. Do you believe the Browns are hiding something? Or do you think Gabriel still deserves this shot? And don't go anywhere. In our next video, we're exposing exactly what Jimmy Haslam said about Deion Sanders and how it may be influencing the future of Shedeur's career in Cleveland. Turn on notifications, hit subscribe, and stay locked in, because this story is just getting started. Shedeur may be silent, but his game? It's about to speak volumes.